Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to CHIKARA's Podcast A Go-Go, your weekly home for CHIKARA's brand of pro wrestling. I'm Gavin Loudspeaker. This week we're going to be taking a look at a tag team match from an event we hold annually here, and it is called National Pro Wrestling Day. And we hold this event free of charge every year, and it is always for charity. This year's charity was the Seva Foundation. We raised lots of money for children suffering from blindness and helping cure them of their blindness internationally, all over the world. Let's take a look right now at tag team action from Norristown, Pennsylvania. The Osirian Portal takes on the Bloc Party at National Pro Wrestling Day.
I will look at it from Bryce's perspective. I can't avoid that. I have to.
We really were caught off guard by these sexiest man.
I think everybody was. I don't know that anybody really expected that to happen.
You were aware of this 3-round system with dancing at the end.
I can't say I've ever had to officiate a sexiest man in the world contest.
Now, would something like tap dance shoes be legal inside a wrestling ring?
I don't know. It's kind of a foreign object. It's just a weapon. A pre-match? I don't know.
Speaking of foreign objects, Prakash Sabar's tongue.
Yeah, he's definitely going to win the sexiest tongue award. But other than that, I don't know.
I mean, I'm assuming it comes from his home of Georgia, but it could come from his former home of Pakistan.
Absolutely. At Juan Francisco de Coronado, he said it's International Pro Wrestling Day. We have a lot of international talents being represented in this match.
Really do. We've got wrestlers from all over the world. Of course, the Bloc Party representing the Eastern European faction. And right there, Proletariat Boar. The Proletariat Boar of Moldova, and he hooks that leg.
And of course, the advantage that Proletariat Boar of Moldova has over Amasis there. Amasis can't see him coming, has no idea what's happening behind him. You like to think people have the eyes in the back of their head, but they don't, especially in this kind of match here when there's so many people involved.
Even the Magi himself, Amasis, can't see behind him. And he's got 2 Bloc Party members now putting the boots to the Funky Pharaoh into the wrong corner.
And some people may say this is cheap tactics, but the fact is it's very effective. These guys are fresh and they're staying fresh, whereas Amasis is getting worn down and worn down.
In your experience, John Barber, this is classic tag team wrestling, a signature of teams like the Andersons, a signature of teams like the Midnight Express. You cut the ring in half, right?
You got to feel for Bryce. I mean, he's too small. He can't physically force the Proletariat Boar of Moldova out of the ring. All he can do is yell at them. It's a very difficult job.
Osirian now, I'm not sure if we can see from the camera vantage point, but from my vantage point, he hasn't even taken his ring jacket off yet.
He's ready to go, but he hasn't had any effect yet.
It's been all Funky Pharaoh, who's already competed once for sexiest man alive, and that's all over the world, ladies and gentlemen, the international sexiest man. John, you weren't up for it this year. Not this year.
No, maybe next year, maybe in 2016.
There goes Amasis! Knee to the face and a forearm shot! DDT!
And that's what you got to do. You got to chop a big guy like that down, section by section of his body.
Can he hold the big man down? No!
And that's where the numbers game comes into play. Ophidian on the floor, can't do anything about it.
Ophidian now just barely got one arm on the ring apron as Amasis takes on both members of the Bloc Party. And here's that double team advantage that they have. Hooks the leg, and Amasis, though, a competitor through and through. You've seen him pretty much his whole career, John Barber. You know what Amasis could do in that ring.
Absolutely, and Prakash Sabar rolls out of the ring, so Bryce will count, but immediately, as soon as the count is done,
comes
back in and hits his own partner.
Right in the rib cage of his own partner.
And that's where the communication here will suffer. You got to be able to trust your tag team partner, and I don't know if these guys can after that.
The Bloc Party, their bonds run deep. They're connected by
And that's the opening that Osirian was looking for.
They're connected by a national bond, but Osirian, you're right, found the opening. And the Proletariat one is now rolling to the outside. Look out!
And Amasis not hesitating, got a shot and he took it and it worked.
Caught him right in his obnoxious mouth.
Funky Pharaoh deadly from up here.
Here he goes, Amasis from the top, all the way around, covers him, he wins!
And the first tag team match of National Pro Wrestling Day won by the Osirian Portal.
Tag team action from Norristown, Pennsylvania, which started off as a competition for sexiest man in the world, turned out to be red hot tag team action. National Pro Wrestling Day, the Osirian Portal defeating the Bloc Party, gaining their 3rd point necessary for title contention. Now, they went on to cash in that 3rd point in North Carolina at Out on a Limb. And if you want to check out that match, you can go to Chikaratopia at chikarapro.com right now and check out that match. You can check out that entire event. You can check out all the events. You can literally watch Chikara till you run out of electricity. And speaking of electricity, we need to save some of ours. So we'll be back next week, ladies and gentlemen, with another edition of The Go-Go.